Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Muhammad Daniel Irfan bin Zainuddin. My metric number is 280928 and today I will be presenting about the case study Mr. DIY, the Malaysian sweetheart. Okay, now first we go through about the company background. So basically, Mr. DIY started as a small hardware shop in Kuala Lumpur in 2005. So the Mr. DIY is founded by two brothers, which is Tan Yu Ye and Tan Yu Wee. In 2022, the company faced the challenge with 15.5% decrease in their net profit and continuing decline in their earning. So the rise of e-commerce, changing consumer behavior, and global economic issue intensify competition. The COVID-19 pandemic have impacted their revenue due to the MCO. So these two brothers grabbed the pressure from the board. And also they have increased their cost and their need to survive during that pandemic. So Yue have been considered to implement the e-commerce, but Yue unfamiliar with the online business. Today we will examine how Mr. DIY went through the digital transformation. Now we go to the challenge that faced by Mr. DIY. First is changes in buyer behavior. So nowadays consumer shopping habits has significantly changed in recent decade due to the rise of online retail. So it means that probably consumer more prefer online shopping instead of physical store. The second is the condition of the global market. So Mr. DIY need to consider about the competition, the environmental issue, and also the insecurity. Mr. DIY face the issue to maintain their financial performance because the company is always striving to be the cheapest one. So they also need to prioritize the price competitiveness, which caused the concern among the top management and the board of directors. Next, we go through the pros and cons when the Mr. DIY have the physical store. The advantage by having the physical store, the first is establish a presence. So Mr. DIY has a strong physical presence with over 1,000 stores in the various locations. So physical store will create a tangible and familiar shopping environment for customer. The second is local community engagement. By having the physical store, they allow for the direct engagement with the local community, and then they can understand their needs and tailoring product offering accordingly. The third is immediate gratification. Sometimes customer can instantly purchase and take home product and providing immediate gratification for their needs. And then the last advantage is brand visibility. By having the physical store, you can contribute to the brand visibility, especially in region where the company has a strong presence. But the physical store also have the disadvantage or the cons. The first is vulnerability to economic changes. Example of economic challenges such as seen during the COVID-19 pandemic, it will significantly impact foot traffic and sales in physical store. And then the second is due to higher operational costs. By maintaining a large number of physical stores, it will involve the high operating costs, including the rent, utilities, and the staffing. Next is limited reach. By having the physical store, they have a geographical limitation and will make it challenge for them to reach customer beyond the area where the store are located. And then the last disadvantage is competing with e-commerce. The rise of e-commerce introduced the competition that will affect the performance of traditional physical store. Next, the advantage by having the online store. The first is global reach. By having the e-commerce, it will enable Mr. DIY to reach the global audience and expanding its market beyond the traffic constraint. The second is 24/7 accessibility. By having the online store, it will provide customers with the flexibility to shop at any time and enhance their convenience. The third is cost efficiency. Compared to physical store, by having the e-commerce operation may have lower overhead costs, including reduced expense for physical space and staffing. And then the last is by data analytics. By having the e-commerce platform, it will allow the Mr. DIY for the data analytics, and they can provide the insight into customer behavior, preference, and market trends. However, about the disadvantage by having the online store, the first is initial investment. To launching and maintaining an effective e-commerce platform, it will require significant initial investment in technology, infrastructure, and also marketing. The next is logistic challenge. Efficient logistic and supply chain management are very crucial for the online sales, and any disruption can impact the customer satisfaction. Next is the digital security risk. E-commerce will involve the collection of sensitivity data and making it exposed to the cybersecurity risk and the potential data breach. And then the last is the customer experience. The absence of physical presence may lead to challenge in replicating the personalized and immediate customer experience offered by the physical store. Next is we have conduct the survey or the questionnaire towards 39 respondents to know their preference or their knowledge about the Mr. DIY. So from the respondent, we can see that the figure 1, we can see that most of the respondents know about the existence of Mr. DIY. So it means that the Mr. DIY have doing well in their brand awareness towards our society. The next question is, we want to know how often the respondent will buy the product at the Mr. DIY. It showed that the 53.8% show that they spend at least once a month at Mr. DIY, which is a good because it have more than the half. And then we also asked the respondent why they choose the Mr. DIY. According to the survey, 88.9% have choose Mr. DIY because of their affordable price. It showed that Mr. DIY have achieved their main objective, which is they want to offer the price at the lower price for their product. The next question is, we ask them that they prefer online shopping or walk-in shopping. So based on the survey, most of the respondents prefer to shop in store compared to the online. And then the last is, we ask them whether they know that Mr. DIY have the online store. From the survey, 61.5% say that they didn't know about the Mr. DIY has online store. So it seems that they are more prefer to buy the home application product at the physical store. Okay, now we will move to the last session, which is I will suggest my strategy or my suggestion towards the Mr. DIY if they want to implement the e-commerce or they want to fully utilize their e-commerce online store. The first is they need to enhance their user experience. So they need to invest in the user-friendly and intuitive website interface to ensure a positive online shopping experience. And then they need to optimize the website for mobile devices and consider the increasing trend of mobile commerce. And then they need to implement the robust research and navigation system for easy product discovery. The second strategy is to diversify the product range online. So Mr. DIY can offer the comprehensive range of product online, including exclusive items that may not be available in the physical store, which means that only can get at the online store. And then they need to regularly update the online inventory to introduce new product and meet the changing consumer needs. The third strategy is they need to implement digital marketing strategy. So they must utilize the digital marketing channel, including the social media, search engine optimization, and online advertising to increase their online visibility. And then they also need to run targeted market campaign to reach specific customer segment and promote online exclusive. The last strategy is to leverage the data analytics. Mr. DIY can utilize the data analytics to understand the online customer behavior, their preference, and also their purchasing pattern. So they can implement personalized marketing strategy based on the customer data to enhance their marketing engagement and also their loyalty. And that's all from me. Thank you.